We remember as well numerous pastoral charges or congregations that for one reason or another are in a grieving process in relation to closures or amalgamation, where they have experienced the loss of buildings and communities that were dear to them. Each of these congregations will experience this loss, and we remind them that their grief is natural and real. Each congregation will remember the community, the joys and sorrows of the congregation over the years, and each congregation, we hope, will come to the place of celebrating their existence and be grateful for their time together and their experiences together. We light these candles representative of St. Andrew's United Church in Admiral, closed November 9th, 2014, and the building was sold. Vanguard United Church, New Venture Pastoral Charge, continue to hold worship once per month in a home. The building was sold. The Herbert Morse Chaplain Pastoral Charge will be closing June 30th, 2015. Fife Lake United Church is closed. Glen Wilkins United Church in Lintlaw closed in March 2014. Wadena of Spirit of Hope Pastoral Charge is closing June 30th, 2015. Herschel United Church closed in April of 2014. Goose Lake Pastoral Charge is closed. Aurora United Church is closing June 30th, 2015. Zion United Church Regina is closing June 30th, 2015. St. Andrew's United Church Regina amalgamated their congregation with Knox Met in 2014. As we remember those in the deepest grief from the loss of a family member or from the loss of buildings and community, we sing together. Please remain seated. In remembrance and in honor of all the lives lived and all the congregations who grieve their loss, we shall light our other candles from their candles.
We light this candle to signify the community we create as we gather here today. It is good to gather as Saskatchewan Conference, to check in with longtime friends, to make new friends, to do the work of conference, and to engage some renewing fun and laughter, healing medicine. It is also good to be present to offer support to those in our midst who have lost a loved one. The deep loss of death and the accompanying emotion of grief are best comforted by you and I journeying with those who grieve. Friendly faces, kindly touches, warm embraces, halting words or no words at all convey empathy. As we remember those we have lost to death, let us remember the grief of the loss, but also let us remember the person, the personalities, the gifts and skills, the sense of humor, the commitments of each of those lost in this past year. Let us celebrate the lives as we knew them when they were here with us.
We light this candle to acknowledge the grief of those who love those deceased the most and feel their death most grievously. We cannot pretend to make amends for your loss, but we can give you the continuing promise that we shall walk quietly beside you, hearing your words, seeking to understand the depth of your loss and the pain of your grief, and offering you encouragement and support as we continue to journey together. May you receive the healing gifts of courage, wisdom, thanksgiving, courage to accept the reality of death, wisdom that life and death, joy and sorrow are joined, and thanksgiving to celebrate the life that was.
We light this candle to signify that our sorrow and joy are one. William Blake declared, "Joy and woe are woven fine, a clothing for the soul divine. Under every grief and pine runs a joy with silken twine." It is because we knew, loved, and delighted in these our family, friends, and colleagues that we feel such sorrow for their death. Our joy came first. Because of the joy, we feel a sorrow. Though the sorrow may be strong just now, there will be a new day when once again our joy in the lives these folks led will be greater than our sorrow in their absence. Let us sing together again, seated.
We light this candle to honor the mystery of life. We are born and we die. These are the certainties of life. The time in between birth and death is life. In life, we are part of this world, and to say the least, life in this world is filled with uncertainties. I invite you to take some time now, silent time, to gather your feelings and thoughts, to reflect on the meaning of this time together, and to remember the lives lived by these people, now lost to us and living on in our memories.
We were to light a candle of thanksgiving, but it appears that we misset our candles. So I invite you to envision that flame of thanksgiving within your minds and your hearts. We are thankful for gifts of life, even though our individual lives are mournful in this moment. We are thankful for the lives of our fellow members of the United Church. We are glad to have worked with them, to have known them, and to have been influenced by them. Their work, their efforts continue to influence those they touched and our larger world, for we are all interconnected. We are thankful that life continues, passing from generation to generation. We are thankful for the love that never dies. And let us sing.
As we have one missing on that end, we have also another one missing on this end. The final candle is for love. Perhaps that would be good to imagine all four of these candles together. 5. We can't count, that's the problem. The love that family and friends share, the love of the United Church and of each other, has brought us together. In the spirit of this love, we say goodbye to our family member, our friends, our colleagues.
I invite you now to rise as you are able, so we may stand together as we conclude this service of In Memoriam. A service of sorrow and joy for the lives of those lost to Saskatchewan Conference in the past year, and the congregations now closed or closing and amalgamating. We extinguish the candles lit to represent each life and representing the congregations. As we do, we see that the candle of life still burns, as do the candles of community, memory, thanksgiving, and love that we lit from their various flames. Though our sorrow is great, we are glad that their lives filled our lives and enriched our common world with thought and word, with love and laughter. In the spirit of love and thanksgiving, let us individually and collectively go forth to live and to love as our comrades would have wished for us. May it be so for us, and may we be the ones that make it so. Amen. We will close this portion by singing 3 verses of the prayer song.